Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday morning. It is what? September 17th? Are you kidding me? What? What is happening here? Cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria, the end of September? Do you remember? Is that the 21st of September? What's the lyric? Do you remember the something of course I know it, but I don't know it. Oh, it's gonna bother me. Anyway, it's beautiful outside. Good morning to you. This is Coffee Talk, where we get together 7 days a week to chat about what's going on in the world of weather. Temperatures are looking good, the radar's looking good, and the sunrise is also looking good. Let me take you over to our tower cam shot. That's over in New Smyrna Beach. The sun is shining bright. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful morning. Here's First Warning Live Doppler radar, and we are looking absolutely perfectly. Yeah, Janice, nobody says that I'm singing it very well, but we're doing our thing. But seriously, can anybody remember what date that was? Is it the 21st of September? Is my brain not operating correctly? Is this thing on? Anyway, there's your First Warning Live Doppler radar. Nice and quiet this morning. I'll put the radar into loop just to give you an idea. The showers that we're watching off the shoreline, for example, here at Flagler County, they're moving away. That's the good news. We'll come here off the coast of Volusia, same thing. A couple of showers kind of developing right over the Kennedy Space Center, but even those showers are moving away. In Brevard County, just the same. So we're looking great this morning in terms of conditions. Upper 70s in Orlando, running about 76 in Claremont, 73 degrees in Ocala. Do you remember the 21st night of September? Okay, thank you, Mike. Mike with the save. Thank you. I'm like, I know I was singing. So we're coming up to it. We're coming up to the song. It is September, right? Like, is my brain? I don't know why I'm not operating today. And I've drank most of my coffee. I guess Mama said there'd be days like these. Anyway, temperatures are looking good this morning. Forecast is looking good too. Couple things. It's a little bit warmer today in Central Florida. So instead of the upper 80s like yesterday, we're getting into the 90s today. Victoria's asking, is it a good day for the pool? I would say it's a very good day for the pool, yes. Temperatures are going to be warming, but we can certainly handle that. Here's a look at temperatures across Central Florida today. 90s. Area wide. Look at that. We're sitting at about 92 in Orlando, 92 in Sanford. If you're at the beaches, notice even the beachside spots hanging out in the 90s. So it's going to be a warm one. Now, average high temperature, notice, is sitting at 90 degrees. Okay? So I did a little research and it doesn't fall exactly when I thought, but it is what it is. So here's a look, all right? Kind of an interesting thing. The hottest stretch of the year is over, yes, because in just 2 days' time, our average high temperature drops from 90 to 89. And by November 4th, our average high temperature is 80 degrees. So we're working that way, little bit by little bit by little bit. It's not going to be quick, but we're going to be working that direction for sure. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of a fun little statistic for you. And you know, it's not just that, because so you've got that stat. Okay, average high temperature dropping. We never make it to an average high temperature of 70. That doesn't happen. We get to like 71. But one of the key timelines of that is fall, which starts in 6 days. And there's a bigger thing at play here, okay? There's a bigger factor to be worked in. Let's talk about our surface maps, okay? Here we are today, stormy pattern because there's a warm front that has passed through our area. And that warm front turned the winds around, yada, yada, yada. So we're there, okay? Tomorrow, we start to watch this weak front move in, and that's going to shove that stormy weather into South Florida. Now, our southern areas will still get in on some of that, but it's not, excuse me, it's not going to be very stormy. And then by Tuesday, we actually push in some drier air to Central Florida. But these old fronts this time of year don't do much. As a matter of fact, we're going to start to see that moisture move back up to us, and that's going to lead to a return of stormy air. So, interestingly enough, what we end up with is mid to late week, we're going to keep the storms around, but it looks like we're going to drop our temperatures just a little bit. So let's take a look at Central Florida's certified most accurate 7-day forecast here, okay? Oh my God, he's hyping it. He's not, but let's just go with it. Look at these temperatures. Look at these temperatures come Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. High temperatures in the mid and upper range of the 80s. Morning low temperatures around 70 degrees on Saturday morning. Now, it's not a hype, but let me just tell you, come next weekend, I very possibly may be singing on this weather center as we're discussing these temperatures, because that is the stuff dreams are made of. You know what I mean? Look at right now the thought process of and this isn't final, but look at the thought process of low temperatures come Saturday morning. Okay? 70 in Orlando, 71 in Sanford, 68 in Ocala and the Villages. Yeah. Right? I mean, again, it's just building. It's just getting a little closer, a little closer, a little closer. Autumn, almost here. Oh, man. Which does mean that we need to savor the flavor of the beach if you're wanting to head out there. With a west wind, you're not going to get much of that sea breeze to help cool you down. So that's a little frustrating, right? But nevertheless, there you go. High risk of rip currents, not a great look in our forecast, so just keep that in mind, all right? Any questions, comments, concerns? Otherwise, we can move on and take a look at the tropics. I'm excited. Can you tell there's some excitement here? This 7-day forecast, exciting. Bring on the cool temps, Marie says. I wouldn't say that it's cool, but it's a hint. You can tell it's fall in Florida when the license plates change. I know, and they've started. Carla says, I want to go to the beach. Do it. Go. It's a west wind day, which is not my favorite. After all the upper 90s temps in the low mid 80s are welcome. So true. So true. William says cooler is great. I would agree. I just want the humidity to go away. You know, we're getting there. Listen. We're getting there. Deb says my first autumn in Florida. Well, welcome. Don't expect much of a change. Like we're always in plenty of warm territory if you haven't figured it out yet. But I'll tell you, while up north everybody loves the trees turning colors, we don't get that. But that first cool day, it seems like every soul goes outside and just tries to enjoy it. It's a beautiful thing. So I can't wait for it. I'm sure I am not the only one. Mike says taking the kiddos fishing after church. That sounds like a fun day, Mike. It sounds like a really fun day. Can't wait for mornings in the 60s. And it may not be Saturday, but I'll tell you, I have a yearly tradition. I don't know if it's a yearly tradition, but I'm going to make it a yearly tradition that the first couple of, when we've got some of those temperatures in the 60s, when I'm home, not at work. I mean, when I'm at work, I'm at work. But I will be doing my coffee talk on the back patio, because when the temperatures get there, when we get to that kind of a period, I need to be outside enjoying it. So that's how you'll know when we're in the upper 60s. That's when I start doing coffee talk outside. So I can't wait for that. All right. Any questions, comments? Patty says, I found it chilly getting out of the pool last night. I'm a summer-loving person. I don't like the chilly air. Well, and isn't that funny, right? Like that just lets you know there's some subtle adjustments. Taylor says, today's cooking day for me. Already got my spaghetti sauce started and a few more things to make. Ooh, that sounds fantastic. Janice says, getting my fall decorations out. We need to do that. I put the UCF Knights wreath on the door, so that's done. The 60s, I order a pair of 60s style Beatles boots. Oh, that's funny. We're going to Disney in a week from Atlanta. How are things looking? Listen, Terry, if this 7-day forecast plays out the way it looks, I'll be at Disney with you. I mean, those types of temperatures are unbelievably nice. When you get to know Florida, you get to know seasonal changes. It's all natural. Look for the beauty. Oh, yeah, 100%. There's beauty in everything we do. Yeah. Yeah. Love Coffee Talk al fresco, right? Me too. Catherine, can I see Futurecast for today? Of course you can. I guess all this excitement, I forgot. All right. I'll dial that up. All right. So here we are. And first off, I think that the model's doing a great job picking up on the little bit of moisture we've got off either shoreline this morning. There's 10 o'clock this morning, bringing those rains in west. And then 10, 11, 12, our friends on the west coast are going to be dealing with a little bit of rainfall. That's fine. 12, 1, 2 o'clock, working into the metro. By 4 o'clock, 3, 4 o'clock, showers and storms, metro off to the east, okay? Then 4, 5, 6 o'clock, rains in our East Coast areas. And then by 7, 8 o'clock, may see a little bit of additional stuff developing and moving through the metro. So for today, when we talk about the rain coverage, it's really going to want to hug our eastern areas, right? From the metro off to the beaches. That's where we're going to have our highest coverage of rain. It's not going to be a washout or anything, but we are going to have a little bit of rainfall. Yeah. I'm cooking for my aunt. That sounds great. Jason says, I already decorated for Halloween. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Madeline's asking, are we done with hurricanes? So we're not done with hurricanes. Hurricane season runs through November. But in Central Florida, are we done? We don't know that either because hurricane season runs through November. But we should take a look at the tropics and see what's doing out there right now, right? Did I get much sleep after being at the game? We left. So everybody around us always makes fun because people leave early. And it's like, if I didn't have little kids who turn into monsters at a certain point, I would stay the whole game, even if I worked the morning shift. Before I had kids, I would stay the whole game. And if I didn't have kids that turned into monsters, I would stay the whole game. But we go for like the first half, we judge it based on the kids' behavior. Yesterday, in the second quarter, the kids were turning to monsters, actual monsters with teeth and growling and monsters. So I think we watched halftime, and then we were like, you know what? Not going to happen. It had nothing to do with the game and the score. It was just these kids turned into monsters. And I mean, I hated it because when we got home, the stands were empty, and a lot of people left. But like for me, when we were walking out, we ran into a bunch of our neighbors who have little kids and they're pushing their strollers. It's like we're all just trying to be fans, but also trying to watch the game. So there's that. So yeah, I got to bed normal time last night, just about. Oh well. All right. So that said, are we done with the tropics? No, we're not done with the tropics yet. Let me dial up the tropical graphics and I'll show you kind of what we're dealing with right now, okay? So out in the Atlantic, we've got post-tropical Lee through the Canadian Maritimes. We've got Margot and a new kid in town, Tropical Storm Nigel. I don't know why that says post-tropical Lee. It should be Nigel. Awesome. All right, well, we'll figure that out. Anyway, Nigel is expected to become, I know why, because I need to restart the computer. All right, ignore that it says post-tropical Lee. That should say Nigel. Nigel has winds of about 50, expected to become a major hurricane over the next couple of days' time. Margot still out there, had to turn up the sensitivity on the satellite just to pick the darn thing up. Expected to weaken and kind of curve over toward the Azores, not a problem. And then last but not least, we've got this wave that will move off the coast of Africa. It's not there yet, but it will move off the coast of Africa. A medium 40% likelihood that we see development out there. So that's kind of the areas that we're watching. But what about the model data? If you've watched Coffee Talk a while, you know we like to nerd out on the model data. So let's take a look, shall we? Let me do that. Move that over. Do that. All right. So we will do this. Let me bring up the full Atlantic basin. Okay. And we've got, obviously, there's plenty there to track. So, you've got Nigel passing near Bermuda, but not hitting Bermuda, thankfully. And then rolling on through. Couple things. Now, there's something interesting right here. Let's go. This is Friday, September 22nd. This Friday. Old front maybe bubbling something up over Florida, according to the GFS. Have to watch. Something there in the main development region, something in the North Atlantic. Main development region, Gulf of Mexico, right? You see that there? That next thing recurving, but looks like it wants to be a beast out there in the Central Atlantic. So interesting. That's the GFS. Let's switch over to the European. Let's see what's doing here. 19th, 20th. Now, interestingly enough, you see that? You see that around the 20, there's the 22nd into the 23rd. Notice the blue shades showing up around Florida. The European also trying to show something weak bubbling up on an old frontal boundary. So it looks like this Friday and Saturday, we may need to watch the waters around Florida for a weak, probably nothing organized, but a weak thing that may try to develop. It happens. We know it happens. Yeah. Johnny says it's almost that time of year to look toward the Caribbean and close to home. Agreed. These old fronts love doing that to us. So, yeah. Mike's asking about the Bay. Yeah. It will, we're getting to the point in time of year where we're going to have to watch the Bay of Campeche. Yep. All right. Any other questions about the tropics? Otherwise, we can come back here at home and discuss this beautiful forecast, this little appetizer of sorts for fall, mid-80s. Let's hope it stays. Like, if we end up with a bubble up of moisture on the West Coast, it would throw more heat and humidity at us. If we get a bubble up on the East Coast, it would bring down, there's so many mesoscale things. We'll have to watch it. But for now, I am cautiously optimistic. Cautiously optimistic. Catherine says, looks like rapid firing of storms. As long as they don't hit anybody, I don't think anybody cares. Yeah. Tim, did Lee make it to the other bay? Oh, well, we should take a look and see, shall we? All right, let's look. Of course, we were having these discussions about Lee, and Lee is a post-tropical system now, but this is its satellite image. And I've got the line on there. I'm going to hold on. I've got the line. Give me a second. Geez Louise, I got to follow the line. Oh, my good gravy. Did it? Did it make it in? I'm going to turn the satellite off just for a minute for our discussion here. Did it? Look at that. Look at that, y'all. It made it. It like swerved away to make it into the Bay of Fundy. How funny. There you go. Any other bays we need to talk about? It sure did. Oh my gosh. If you're new to Coffee Talk, I didn't start this. I don't know where anybody else, I don't know where this came from. Somebody started a drinking game for coffee, drinking coffee, where I say Bay of Campeche. And if I say Bay of Fundy, there you go. There you go. It's a mess. All right. Now I've over caffeinated. All right. Any other questions? Enough of that. Let's see here. Laura says, good morning. I'm late, but worth the wait. Like I tell my husband, oh, you're worth it. We'll take you. We'll take you however you got. We'll take you. I mean, you drink coffee, I drink tequila. If you're drinking tequila at 8 o'clock in the morning, what do you look like at 8 o'clock at night? Are you able to stand? Although, listen, as a parent, now I don't drink any alcohol, but as a parent, there are moments. We all have our moments. Beverly, how high was the storm surge up there? I don't know. I didn't get a chance to look. I don't know. I can try and look and see that. I didn't see anybody mentioning it. Getting off a cruise, Audrey says Friday morning. Should we be concerned about that development? Listen, if there's anything, it's probably just going to be rain. It doesn't. There's no model that's like bada bing, bada booming it. So I think we're going to be okay. Yeah. I wish I was drinking tequila because whew, this child of mine. I get it. Listen. By the end of the game, or by the end of our time at the game, I didn't have children. I had monsters. They were just tired. I get it. But to parent through that is an adventure. We all know it as parents. Whew. Yeah. All right. Any questions, comments, concerns? Otherwise, because I know we've got a Today Show cut in here in a couple of minutes' time. Mike says tequila never again. Real bad experience. Yeah. Bada bing, bada boom. Now we have Manolfi channel. That's right. We're putting the Manolfis out there. Yeah. Yeah. I'd love a birthday margarita, but I got you. Jessica, I'm sending you warm coffee vibes and cool margarita vibes. Right? Tired children? No thanks. Mine are Pharaoh. Oh, that's funny. Samuel, what did you think about the weather yesterday at the UCF game? It was awesome. It was awesome. And I'm excited to get a chance for the games to go out and do the forecasts for the games. So I'm excited to be out there for all the games. We've got our season tickets, but I volunteered to do the forecast for the games, and they're taking me up on it. So I'll do it. How's Cam doing? I haven't talked to Cam today. I was speaking with her yesterday. Cam's doing wonderfully, getting settled into being a mama. We'll be a little short-staffed the next couple of months as Cam Tran and her husband are doing the parenting thing. And yeah, it's great. I mean, it's also chaos, but it's great. Brian, I always hear you and Tony mentioning something called an old front. What exactly does that term mean? It's just a cold front that's losing its stuff. It's dying, basically. Yeah. How much time do we have? Ping. How much time? 2:15. All right. 2 minutes. Rapid fire questions. Anybody? Anything? Laura says he's so cute. I'm so happy for her. Right? Like, seriously, Cam and her husband made a beautiful baby. Like, that's a supermodel baby. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Those first few weeks are bliss and chaos. Oh my God. The sleep on those first few weeks. Whew. Katarina, how are ya? Great to see you. Go Knights, charge on. What is this? What was that? I've seen it do that before. Yeah, they go to bed at like 10 or sometimes even 9 every day. Where did the fireworks come from? I have no idea where that came from. Megan, where are you from? I can't place that accent, Yukon's asking. Where am I from? Yes. Costa Rica. But I was raised in Central Florida. So she's got a little bit of that exotic stuff and a little bit of the Central Florida not exotic stuff. Exactly. It's the best and worst of both worlds. All right, I got to go be on TV. Thank you guys. Hanging out. Have a great one. Be good. Go Knights, charge on. Yukon. What was... Okay, what? I set him off? What do I do? Anyway, I got to figure that out. All right, I'll see you.